Wow, campus is sure empty with all the seniors.
Yep, without them, it's like the student body is missing their heart.
It's crazy to think that the school year is almost over. We have 3 weeks left.
Wow, I wonder what the graduating class is up to next year. Welcome to Eagle's Eye, AIS's very own student-run podcast giving you all the hottest stories regarding student and faculty accomplishments. My name is Zach Grossman, and this is my co-host Daniel Weinberg.
Hi, I'm Daniel. We're nearing the end of the school year with only 3 weeks left.
At this point, I'm so ready to relax by the pool all day.
Me too. But we can't get too relaxed. There's still final summatives to complete. In today's episode, we are interviewing Rohan Shrivastava, a graduating senior and a Duke future.
Wow, good for him. That's impressive.
I know, right? But wait, I'm getting breaking news. Do you hear it?
Yup, the varsity soccer team is about to start practice. Let's go see what they're up to.
All right, so here we are at the field outside waiting for varsity soccer practice. And who are we with today?
Alex Dubois.
All right, hi, Alex Dubois. What grade are you in, and what position do you play for the varsity soccer team?
I'm a senior at AIS, and I play the 6, center defensive mid.
Wow, that's impressive. When and where is your next game?
Our next game is Friday, first round of playoffs.
So you're in the playoffs. You're getting ready. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think we have a good shot for winning the state championship again this year. I think we're playing Landmark Christian, so it's going to be a good game.
Wow, I'll be sure to be there. In that next game, who do you think is getting the least minutes?
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. Okay.
It's probably between him and Alex because, obviously as freshmen, it's hard to get minutes.
Yeah, all right. How long have you been a part of AIS varsity?
This is my second year.
Second year. Wow. Was it hard to get on the team?
My freshman year, we had one of the best teams the school's ever seen. They won state also, so it was definitely hard. And my sophomore year, they also had a really good team. And they also had everyone playing in my position, so I did get called up towards the end of the season, but yeah, it was definitely a hard team to make.
Wow, it's pretty impressive to be on such a good team. All right, well, thank you for talking with us, Alex. I appreciate you. I'm ready to see you in your next game.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Wow, it's nice to know that our soccer team is putting in work and it creates results.
Like I said, I'll be sure to be at their upcoming game, and I better see you guys there too.
Eagle pride is so important, and it would mean a lot to them if we could all come out and give them our support.
I completely agree. And without further ado, let's introduce our main guest for today, Rohan.
Rohan, it's so good to have you here with us today.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for the end of the school year.
Rohan, how long have you been at AIS?
I've been at AIS for 2 years. I started at the beginning of my 11th grade, and now I'm finishing up 12th grade.
Was it hard to make the transition from 9th and 10th grade to 11th and 12th?
It was a little tricky. I was new to the IB curriculum, so I had to get used to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the AIS community was really open and accepting, and so I was able to blend right in after a while.
That's awesome to hear. How was your experience here at AIS?
I enjoyed it a lot. I think the curriculum, obviously, I learned a lot, but also I feel like I've made a lot of really great friends and a lot of fun memories and experiences.
What is one memory that you've made here that will stick with you for your whole life?
I think probably last May when I went to the state championship for soccer. Mm-hmm. It was really fun to drive up there with some of my friends, cheer with all of the other students, and ultimately it was really nice. We ended up winning the championship.
Wow. What could you tell some freshmen and sophomores to better prepare us for the DP?
Yeah, I think the DP can be a little bit scary. It's new, but ultimately if you rely on the same kind of study skills that you've started to build up during your previous years, and just kind of amp it up a little bit, do a little bit more studying, continue working on your time management skills and stuff like that. I think the transition shouldn't be too hard.
What extracurricular activity was the most fun to participate in?
Yeah, I think basketball was definitely the most fun at AIS. And also Model UN was a really cool one, which is really unique. I went actually on a trip to Chicago with Model UN just a few months ago, which was really fun. To a big conference, kids from all around the country, and got to compete there.
So you were talking about how at first the switch to DP was difficult for you. I'm sure you've encountered many difficult assignments, difficult challenges. What motivated you through those tough spots?
Yeah, I think for completing assignments and getting through the DP, motivation is a really, really tricky thing. What I found has worked for me is when I'm finding myself really just not motivated, I just do not want to study, I'll kind of out of my study room at house and kind of sit down for a second and kind of think through, hey, why do I want to study? What am I doing? I'll kind of remind myself, okay, if I'm able to prepare now a little bit, a few days before the test, it'll help me do well in the test. And I really want to do well in this test and get a good grade in this class. And then I'll try and kind of say, hey, so now I kind of see it's really important, and almost talking to myself, feel like, oh, so can I follow through with it? Can I, just start studying a little bit and see how it goes? And then from there, just kind of get started.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's great advice.
We also heard you were a strong addition to the varsity basketball team. How was your experience from earlier this year?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I hadn't played basketball too much for like a few years, and so it was really nice to get back into the swing of things and play a school sport, because I'd been playing water polo outside of school, but at AIS, this was my first time competing, getting to throw on the AIS jersey, which was really nice. And I would encourage any younger students who might be watching this, you might be a little bit nervous to get involved in something like basketball, or think it might take up a lot of your time. But definitely, if you're considering it, give it a try. It's probably going to be really fun. And ultimately, you'll build up your time management skills and you'll only get better.
Yeah, do what you love,
Exactly.
Now that you've finished high school, what university would be lucky enough to get the one and only Rohan Shrivastava?
Yeah. So next year, I'm going to Duke University, and I'm really excited about that.
I see you're representing.
Yeah, I got the sweatshirt on.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What are you majoring there?
I'm planning on majoring or minoring in computer science and economics.
Computer science and economics. So how long have you been working on those skills?
Yeah, so computer science, I took kind of my first course in like 8th grade. I really enjoyed it. And so at my previous school, I took another class my sophomore year, and then DP computer science, all kind of building my skills throughout the way. But economics, was never really introduced to it until I started the DP economics course. And that's something I've really become interested in since then.
Would you recommend that course to other new DP students?
I would. I think that econ especially is a really useful course to understand the different things you read in the news and understand the real world.
So back to you getting into Duke. What made Duke stand out to you over other schools?
Yeah, so Duke, there was kind of two main components. Duke has really great academics, which is something that I was really looking for in a school. But compared to other similar schools in this way, when I toured Duke, I really saw a lot of kids laughing and hanging out with their friends, and it seems like they're really enjoying the day and enjoying life in general. And so that's what stuck out to me versus the other schools.
If you could go back and tell your freshman or sophomore self any advice, what do you think it would be?
I think I would tell myself to, continue working hard and enjoy things when the opportunity comes up. If there's an opportunity to go to an AIS sports event or hang out with your friends, take it. And also, but at the same time, if you're just sitting at home, not doing much, try and structure your time to get your work done. And so that you can really have both. Have a lot of fun and enjoy things, but also keep up your grades and different academic stuff.
Now, if we were to take that concept and make it more general, what would you tell the general public of students for freshmen and sophomores at AIS? What are skills that they can improve on?
Yeah, I think kind of relating to what I was just saying, the number one thing is time management. If you can figure out how to be able to use your time efficiently, get tasks done fast, and if you have a 20-minute break during the day, being able to make a little bit of a chunk in a project you're working on, it really does add up and can help make your life honestly a lot less stressful.
All right, well, there we have it. Rohan, thank you so much for coming. I'll be excited to see you playing on Duke basketball team.
Yeah. Speaking of, are you going to play intramurals there?
I think I am. I'm really excited to crossover, get some crossovers here.
That's awesome to hear. All right, thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Rohan's journey through AIS and all the work he's put in is seriously inspiring, and I know our listeners will learn a lot from what he's shared.
Yeah, Whether it was DP survival tips, balance in sports, or chasing your passion, all the way to Duke. It's clear that he's made the most of his time here, and we're all rooting for him in his next chapter of his life.
So whether you're a freshman just starting out or a junior thinking about what's next, hopefully today's episode gave you a little insight into how to make these years count.
And that's all for this episode of Eagle's Eye. Don't forget to support the soccer team at their next game, and keep pushing through those final summative.
We'll be back soon with more stories, more interviews, and more Eagle pride. Until then, I'm Daniel Weinberg.
And I'm Zach Grossman. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.